Good morning again. Welcome to Tuesday. Today we are going to do an hour by hour vlog, which you probably will have gathered by now because you will have had 7 and 8 o'clock and possibly the beginning of 9 o'clock, maybe. I'm not 100% sure. But it is about 20 past 9 now. The boys are at school. Tom took them this morning. My yarn is into soak. I didn't get it into soak as early as I normally would today, which means I've probably got 10 minutes or so before I can go and get it dyeing. But I'm just waiting for yesterday's vlog to export. I've got out of the habit of doing it in the evenings, which means I'm having to edit it quickly every morning at the moment, which is why that they are getting up on YouTube slightly later in the day. So apologies for that. I will try and be a little bit more, well, I was about to say I'll try and get this one edited tonight, but if I'm doing an hour by hour, that means I'll probably film a little bit later into the evening, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, what have I got to do today? I am carrying on dyeing the monthly minis club. So again, I can't share my dyeing with you, so apologies for that. But I also need to start getting some skeins caked for stripes. It's quite a long process, as I've talked about with the stripes before. If it was all I did, then maybe I would be able to get them out faster. But honestly, I find it easier to take my time with it. So it means that you don't get regular stripe updates or as regular stripe updates as you could. But it also means that I can actually do them. And I think if I just did it all the time, constantly, I wouldn't enjoy it. It would be a bit too much. So I try and spread it out. So normally what I'll do is I'll have like a couple of weeks where I get the yarn caked and get it warped. And I just kind of do a few each day. Then I have a couple of weeks where I dye the yarn. So I can usually get kind of 10 to 12 skeins dyed in a day. Something like that. But what I'll do is I'll have 2 weeks and maybe I'll have 2 days each of those weeks where I actually do dyeing, because I can't dye anything else if I'm dyeing the stripes. They have to be my full focus for the day. And then what I'll do is, again, I'll have a couple of weeks to get it wound so that I can wind up just a few each day around doing other bits and pieces. That just seems to work well for me. So you're looking at kind of, hopefully, my plan for this year is that there'll be a stripe update every kind of 6 to 8 weeks, something like that. Anyway, what else did I want to say to you today? I don't know. I need to get on with my work. So I am going to get my winding system set up. I'll share. I'm trying something new today. So one of the things I found most annoying about not being able to work in my office as much sort of during the work days during the week, because of obviously Tom being home, as I've mentioned, is that I've got nowhere downstairs where I can skein or cake yarn. So often if I'm caking yarn for stripes, I have to wait until Tom's finished work, and it's really frustrating. You'd think I could just attach it to the dining table, wouldn't you? But unfortunately, our dining table has a beveled edge, and as a result, my skein thingy, this thingy, Swift, that's the word, my Swift won't attach to it. But today I thought I might try this, so I'm going to use my warping board as a base. So my Swift is clamped to the warping board, and I'll clamp my ball winder to the warping board at that end. And hopefully this should work. The Swift moves up and down without the pegs getting in the way. This could save me a lot of hassle if I can get this working. So I finished my little envelope thingy for my Kindle. I just crocheted them together, woven in all the ends, turned it out. I think it's going to work, but it needs a good block. So as you can see at the moment, it does fit in there, but it just needs a good block. And I think this is going to block out all right. So I think what I'm going to do is give it a quick soak now and pin it out. And then hopefully tomorrow it will dry and it will fit better. We'll see. It's not bad for just like a thing I've made up though. So there we go, it's all pinned out. I've just tried to straighten up the edges a bit, so hopefully when it dries it will hold its shape a little bit more. And I'm just going to pop it somewhere nice and warm. Fortunately, because it's just on one of these, I should just be able to pop it on the top of a radiator and it should dry quite quickly. And hopefully when it dries it will fit. Oh yeah, and in case anyone's curious, because I always forget to say these kinds of things, these are the blockers that I use. I've just got the Knit Pro blockers. I do have some of the Coop Knits T-pins. Are they the Coop Knits ones? I don't know. Anyway, I do have some T-pins as well. But I just thought, seeing as I'm going for straight edges for this, these ones would work better. Right, it's just gone 3 o'clock. Well, it's actually 20 to 4. Gosh, time flies once the kids get home from school. I've just got back from picking the kids up from school. Jasper was a little bit late out, and then we have to wait for Arthur. Jasper finishes at 3. Arthur finishes at 3:15, which is fine. It's not that long to wait. But everybody was a little bit late out today, and then we got home and chaos ensued. But we're home and they are finally settled down to doing something. I am just making myself a cup of tea. I am going to have some of my Bears Like Mermaids. They might do, but that's not the name of the tea. Bears Like Marmalade. Arthur's got football tonight. He used to do, pre-COVID, he used to do football twice a week, swimming on a Sunday, and trampolining once a week. But obviously, when COVID hit, everything stopped. Football has been able to resume a little bit here and there. So last summer, they were able to resume again. Under 12s outdoor sports, non-contact was allowed for quite a while. And they were able to start up again beginning of April, something like that. So he's been back, was it the beginning of April or the end of May? Around there. So they've been back a little while now. But because nothing else is opening up, so swimming's not opening up again, trampolining's not opening up again yet, because none of those things are opening back up again for him. I think some swimming might do, but Arthur's swimming is run by the university. So they have students that do the teaching. And I don't think they're going to start, I think they're just wiped off the whole school year, basically. So maybe come September, when the university sessions resume in September, it might, if things are going well then. So anyway, we'll see. But because of that, because a lot of things aren't resuming, they've introduced an extra training night for football. So they get 2 training nights during the week, and then they do what they call Fun Fours, which is just kind of 4-a-side games within their club. It used to be that on a Saturday morning it was Fun Fours across the whole of Dundee. So all of the football clubs in Dundee would have a time slot, and all of the age groups would be, so like Arthur would be between 9 and 10, and all of the football clubs with an age group of 9 to 10-year-olds would have their little Fun Fours, and they'd play against all the different clubs. But now it's just, they just do Fun Fours within their little group. I think there's like 20 of them, so it's fine. Anyway, all that to say, Arthur's got football tonight, which means that he needs to have a slightly earlier tea, and I need to be organised, which I'm never organised. Yeah, I'm going to sit down for 5 minutes. I need to get some laundry sorted and do all of that kind of stuff, but I'm going to sit down for 5 minutes with this cup of tea while the boys entertain themselves. My yarn has finished off. I'm going to leave it to soak overnight and hang it up to dry in the morning because I was a bit slack. So I left it last night and had to hang it up to dry this morning, which means there's not enough room on the airer to put this yarn. Anyway, I'm rambling. I'm going to make my cup of tea and I'm going to sit down. This is today's book of the day. Yeah, that's right, Jasper. What book have you picked?
The dragon book.
There's a Dragon in Your Book by Tom Fletcher. The first one we got was this one, wasn't it? There's a Monster in Your Book.
Yeah.
And then you were very lucky and we got these two as well. There's a Dragon in Your Book and...
There's an alien in your book.
Yeah, and what's really fun about these books? They have things in them that you have to do, don't they? Like you have to tickle the dragon.
Oh, yeah.
And you have to blow out the fire. And you really like doing that, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, come on then, let's read your bedtime story. You can say goodnight to everyone.
Yeah.
You can say
Good night.
good night.